Welcome to the Rocket Right Show, starring Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar. Two busy blondes with their fingers on the pulse of all things Louisiana. Events, health, leisure, entertainment, and more. It's the Rocket Right Show. And now, here's Betsy and Kay.
And welcome to Rocket Right. We are so glad that you could be with us celebrating the 4th of July and our explosive expansion into TV across Louisiana. We are so thankful to be here with you, share this holiday weekend, share some of our really good friends and some good information. We just want to entertain you, and we want to just spend a little time, appreciating what we have in this great nation of ours.
Absolutely. And hey, I got the dress memo today, Beth.
That's right, we did. Okay, so we are very patriotic, and we love the country that we live in, the country that we were born in. We're just thankful so much for all those who have fought for us to have the freedoms that we have, including the freedoms to be here right now, speaking our mind.
Absolutely.
Because
and you got a lot on your mind.
I always have a lot on my mind. There's a lot going on up there, but and you
There's
do
more
too.
than hair. Okay.
That's right. What's more American than two big blondes with big hair? Nothing. There's nothing else except maybe barbecues, get-togethers, and this year for a lot of people it might be a little bit smaller gathering and barbecue than usual because we want to be safe during this time of the COVID pandemic. And thankfully, we did not roll back into the first phase. So the governor announced that we will not be rolling back to the first phase. If everybody can behave themselves, wear their masks, the numbers don't go up. But we need to make sure that we're taking care of our loved ones, that we're staying kind of, a little closer to home, 6 feet apart, but in public, make sure that we're protecting ourselves.
Right,
just
because if you're at home, you don't
things.
have to be 6 feet apart because you're pretty close to each other all
That's
the time.
right.
Just saying.
That's
but,
right.
it is a time for family get-togethers,
Yes.
and if your family has been getting together, then it's still a great time to do that. You just might not be able to have the entire expansive family and the big family reunions that are so
That's right.
frequented on the 4th of July weekend. There's, a lot of things that people think about on the 4th of July, parades and picnics and concerts and baseball. And we're missing out on some of those, but what we really want to focus on is the patriotism.
That's right.
And the
patriotism
love of country.
Exactly.
Because I think we all need that.
We
right
do.
now.
We do. And I think we need some hope and some encouragement, because if you think about it, we've all been told to kind of stay in, stay away. That doesn't mean stay quiet. We have more opportunities to share nationally and internationally on social media with our great singer-songwriters, with our artists, with our cultural communities, and we're going to be sharing some of that today and in other shows. And we're just really, really thankful for all the gifted people that right now are a little bit upside down. They may have been laid off from their job. A lot of artists are out of work. Some of them are turning to Venmo and to social media. But we need to take this opportunity to just expand our Louisiana voice. Let's not be quiet about who we are. We know that some of the music and some of the beat and the rhythm is a little bit off sync right now. That does not mean we have to be quiet about what we believe in and what matters to us most. And right now, for us, that is preserving the great state of Louisiana and all the fun and traditions that we have. And so we wear our red, white, and blue with pride.
Absolutely, and we're so glad to have David St. Romain with us, kicking off our pilot episode as we expand into TV, and he's got on his red, white, and blue as well.
That's right.
Representing a band
That's right.
that he is associated with there by Delia from Louisiana.
Yeah,
got
one
that
of my
going on.
One of my musical adventures.
You have many, and we want to share a little bit about that.
Well, thank you for.
And we're thankful. We're just thankful that you could be with us, because we know it's a busy time for you. You got a lot going on.
It is crazy right now. It seems that quarantine just got me busier. I don't know if it is going to continue this way, but I hope so. And I'm really honored to be a part of your first inaugural TV show here, and thank you so much for having me here and be a part of this. I'm just honored to be able to continue playing music for people, to be able to share music with people in a way that brings people together. It brings healing. It brings happiness. Sometimes it might reveal pain, but that pain brings us to a place of comfort and a place
That's right.
of real reconciliation. And
It
so
is- yeah,
that's
it's
what
a-
music does across the board.
It's a great way of expression, and for not just the artist, but for people listening to music, it really is healing.
It really is.
There are so many health benefits to music, and I'm so glad that people were actually innovative during this
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
The music didn't totally shut down because
right.
people went online.
Yeah.
People created new avenues for folks to be able to hear the music. I'm not saying we're not craving to be in a big live concert soon,
Well-
because that's for sure. But
Yeah.
sometimes you have to be innovative during times and still rise above. And probably a lot of creative time as far as songwriting, because you are not just a musician, but you are a songwriter. And
right.
did you get a lot of inspiration during this time as far as some writing?
I definitely have had inspiration. I started the quarantine with a few ideas right off the bat, and started. A lot of folks were doing sort of song day number 1, and then song day number 2, and they were a lot of songwriters out there that have been writing, including myself, had just started taking each day as an opportunity to create every feeling. They woke up, they had a different feeling, so they just wrote it out, and that's part of that expression that happens with music across the board. For me, as a songwriter, I really, I found myself just being more open to putting it out there and putting it down. And you talked about being innovative also. There's a saying in our industry that the music never stops, no matter what. And I mean, I remember even in rough days, back in September 11th, back in 2000, in 2001, I believe, right? September 11, 2001, is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah, so I want to make sure my memory was correct there. I'll never forget the story I heard that, in Nashville, I was still in Nashville at the time, and the musicians said, we didn't have anything else to do but just to continue to make music at that moment. We felt like this was our opportunity to keep the music going and let that music still resonate through the universe. And so I think in this moment of innovation, I think that I'm really proud that I've been able to continue to do a live show online, to turn my show more into an interactive online experience for the user and for my fan base, the little ones that are out there. But
every person counts, and a lot of people were able to grow their fan base during this time because they were reaching people who might have heard them when they had played in another state, and you were definitely there. And that from being on the national TV show Nashville Star, people may have said, "Hey, I remember that guy," And
I remember that guy playing in Baton Rouge.
People who hadn't been able to go to a live show because of being in close proximity were able to hear you over the internet and probably reconnected in a great way. Now, you also put out a new single, is that right?
I did, and Betsy, thank you, by the way, for all your support on the single. I know you really helped
I love it.
a lot
I really truly
in
love
reaching
it.
that, in helping me to we didn't get a chance to say that before, but Betsy really, she helped me to bring it to an audience that had maybe never seen me perform before online. So I really appreciate all your extra effort there.
Well,
we loved it.
We don't want to run out of time without being able to hear it.
That's right.
All right,
Yeah,
so quick story.
Give us some stuff.
So quick story. I heard the song over the telephone. I literally broke down in tears. The songwriter, I didn't write the song, and he said, obviously I don't have to ask you how you felt about it. I said, no, cut me a guitar vocal on your phone right now. And a week later, we had a finished song. A week after that, we had a finished video. So here it is. It's called Feels Like a Small Town.
Love it.
I could smell the coffee brewing at Mrs. Maggie's diner, that old barber pole turning while I waited my turn. Everybody was somebody, and everybody knew your name. But when I close my eyes lately, it's like nothing's ever changed. Knew it feels like a small town, the whole world stops spinning around. We've been too long upside down, let's get back to living. Life passes like a river, just here for the ride. They say time changes everything, but some memories don't die. Feels like a small town again. my grandpa's torch, picking guitar on my porch. Thank the good Lord for another day and showing us the way. Cool breeze blowing in my face, neighbors passing smiling way. They all wanna know how you been, just like way back when. When it feels like a small town, the whole world stops spinning round. We've been too long upside down, let's get back to living. Life passes like a river, we're just here for the ride. They say time changes everything, but some memories don't die. Feels like a small town again. Though it feels like a small town, the whole world stops spinning round. We've been too long upside down. Feels like a small town. Though it feels like a small town, the whole world stops spinning round. We've been too long upside down. Feels like a small town. No, it feels like a small town. The whole world stops spinning around. We've been too long upside down. Let's get back to living. Life passes like a river, we're just here for the ride. They say time changes everything, but some memories don't die. It feels like a small town again.
I love that
so
song.
awesome. And
I love that song. And you know what? I really do hope that you grabbed the one you love or grabbed your children and that you're kitchen dancing. I hope you're kitchen dancing.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
And you know, a lot of folks are getting their small town. They're wanting to be back in that
That's
small town,
right.
thinking of the small town. We have got so much more to talk with you about, David. Your songwriting with the Vets. You have been part of some musical songs that are also patriotic, and we are going to be sharing all of that. And up next, we're going to be talking with John Raymond, who
Stay
wrote
tuned.
I Pledge Allegiance.
Exiles from what you ask? Exiled from the radio. But now we're on your television.
I'm Bill Profita, he's Kevin Gallagher, and they kicked us to the curb.
But we're back.
We are back with Exiles Television on the Pelican Broadcasting Network. We're going to bring you the newsmakers. We're also going to take your calls and give you great information. It's going to be the best damn radio show on television.
Look for it on your cable system or download the app, PelicanSportsTV.com.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hi gang, Clarence Buggs here. Some big changes are coming to the Pelican and Cox Cable. July 15th, our numbers are changing. We're easier to find and we're in high def. New Orleans, Gramercy, Lutcher, Acadiana, Patterson, Baton Rouge, new numbers coming and a brand new signal. It all happens July 15th on Cox Cable. Do your buddy Clarence a favor, will you? Get all the details by checking your local guide.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
And you're back with the Rocket Right Show on our debut on the 4th of July Patriotic Weekend. And we are like keeping with the patriotism thing, and we like connecting folks.
We do.
So David St. Romain, that you heard sing in our last segment, is connected to our next guest, John Raymond. And thank you so much, John, for joining us.
It's an honor, Kay. Thank you so much. Yeah.
You know, crazy story. I saw this video come up on my social media, and David was singing it, and the song was called I Pledge Allegiance. And the video was so moving, and of course the vocals were fantastic. And I contacted David, and I said, oh man, I love that song. And he said, well, would you like to talk to the guy who wrote it? I just sang it, and I'm like, yes, I would. And we are so glad that you came up from Slidell to join us and chat about the song. So
Absolutely.
welcome to the show.
I'm honored. Thank you so much, Kay and Betsy. What a delight. And you guys just have a great thing going on here. I'm so excited that you're launching into television. It's an amazing thing. And when David called me, of course, David and I have been friends for a long time, and he said, man, I just got a call from my friend, and he told me about it. He goes, would you be willing to come to Baton Rouge? I said, man, absolutely, you know. And so it's a great song, and we believe it's blessing a lot of people. You know, we really believe in bringing honor to where honor is due, as you know.
That's right.
David is a veteran. And so we both have a real place in our heart for those heroes who put themselves in harm's way to protect others and to protect the freedoms and the way of life that we have. And there's so much going on in the country right now that can divide people, and yet the truth is America's still the greatest country in the world, and if we want to keep it great, we need to come together and put aside some things and step up and become unified again. And I think that's what this song is all about.
And if this video doesn't not make you feel patriotic, I mean, I can't imagine what would.
Check your pulse.
I would love for us, we're going to play you that video right now. It's called I Pledge Allegiance, not of. I'm getting tongue-tied here.
Okay.
And sang by David St. Romain and written by Mr. John Raymond.
I see the faces on the wall of the ones who took the fall and died upon the battlefield for me. Then I look into my children's eyes and think about the freedom that they'll see. Now it's up to me and you. Salute the red, white, and blue, and take pride in this country that we love. With my hand across my heart, I vow to do my part, to defend Old Glory waving from above. I pledge allegiance to everything that made this country strong and free. And I pledge allegiance to one nation under God with liberty. Let's take a stand together and put aside the differences between us and pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I don't just live in America, America lives in me. Bless our amber waves of grain and let freedom ring. I pledge allegiance to everything that made this country strong and free. And I pledge allegiance to
And
Wow.
that was so powerful.
Wow.
So, and I want folks to know your background because you're a pastor. How did you take that leap into our impetus to say, I want to write this song and then put it all together with connecting with David to sing it and producing such a beautiful video?
It is
Thank you so
beautiful.
much. Thank you, Betsy. Yeah. Well, I've always been a patriotic person. I mean, I'm red, white, and blue through and through. Actually ran for state representative recently, and I love those people who stand for what America stands for. I've been working on this concept for a while, and I ended up bringing it to a great friend of mine, Mac Berrien, who's an incredibly talented musician, and he and I have co-written a lot of songs together, and I said, man, what do you think? Can you help me finish out this thing? And we got together, and man, he came up with some great lines and some killer licks on it and everything, and it turned it into really a polished gem, I think, and it was able to really express both of our patriotic hearts. And then Mac introduced me to David, and so we just got, it was like a powerful thing.
Connections and friends.
I'm telling you, it was
That's where it's at.
amazing.
That's great.
Really, and so
Yes.
there couldn't have been a better person to get to perform this song than David St. Romain. I mean, he's the guy.
The
you know.
sound, the audio quality, the visual
visuals.
is incredible.
Well, you know, on the visual too, you mentioned that. A guy from our church, Greg Socher, who's a Hollywood editor, I told him about the concept and the song. Goes, man, we need to do a video on this. So we got some licenses for the video clips, and we sat down and did, I mean, the Lord just put so many pieces together. You know how it is when the Lord opens the door, it just all falls together. You
That's
know?
right.
So I really can't take too much credit for that, but I'm just very patriotic. And like I said, if we want to keep America great, this is the kind of song that I think can pull the heartstrings of a lot of people together. And so anyway,
Absolutely. Remember the good, remember the patriotism, remember how we got here.
That's right.
To be free, and all those that lost their lives and the sacrifices that they made
For
in history.
generations
For
and generations and generations, for the freedoms and the constitutional rights that we have. So
That's
it's so
right.
important to not let our children forget this isn't free. Someone paid a price
That's
before
right.
you. And people from all over the world have come here looking for a better life and for freedom. And it's not perfect, and none of us are perfect. We're all flawed. But we really, truly need to cling to the blessings that we have, the real blessings that we have. And so that is just
That's so true.
incredible. And what a blessing that is that you were able to get people. It did just fit perfectly.
it did it kind of all by itself. It all came together, and you know it's something beyond you. And that's what we want to do, is have a production that goes beyond ourselves. And in fact, our church launched a Christian school a few years ago. We're just about to start our 5th year. And but that's because our heart is to make sure, like you said, Betsy, that next generation grows up understanding the value of our history, understanding the value of the sacrifices that have been made. And in fact, we have a karaoke version of this song. Sorry, David, but that we pulled his main vocal, but we have the background vocals and the band and everything. So if somebody wants to get a hold of this and sing it at their church or their school or community event, we have that karaoke video and song
That's
already ready for them.
awesome.
Yeah, we
And
just
you're-
want to get it out there.
You're the pastor of New Horizon Church in Slidell.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are welcoming of anybody that would like to visit or perhaps
Absolutely.
join.
Please
And
come out,
so-
visit the church. We also own a radio station, the Bridge Radio, 88.7 FM. It's a 100,000 watt Christian station. You can tune into that. And so we're just trying to do the best we can, like y'all are, to make the biggest impact that you can, as long as there's sand in our hourglass. Let's do something that will live beyond ourselves. That's the whole concept. And you can tell with the way David sang that previous song, it feels like a small town. The heart is in there, and we just got to come together as a nation. There's so much that can divide us right now, but if we'll just come together and get over some of the other things and get onto the big things of why this country was founded and why it is still the greatest country in the world.
Absolutely.
Well, so many labels divide.
Yeah.
And it's really about love and loving everyone.
Yeah.
We're called to love everyone.
That's right. Absolutely.
And it's so important right now more than ever, because in so many ways we're under a spiritual attack to be divided. That's what we believe.
Absolutely.
And so it's important for people to just take that time and say, you know what, I'm going to get to know this person a little better and this person a little better. And that song makes you appreciate the people who have actually put on those combat boots.
That's right.
Shown up, sacrificed their hopes and dreams to protect our freedom, to be sitting even right here, because you can't do this in a lot of countries.
That's so true.
Women can't do this in a lot of countries. So we really are grateful that we're all free and we're all equal and we're all able to share something like that that is so inspiring. And for every veteran, every veteran watching, we want you to know this is going to be replayed. Our show is going to be replayed all weekend. It's also going to be on Talk 107.3 FM in Baton Rouge. You can find us online. You can find us a lot of places. Go to Rocket
on
Right.
Talk 107.3 FM Saturdays and Sundays at 11. KWLA on the radio airwaves, and then on
Prime
Cox,
time
Allen Cable, Dish,
Cox, AT&T, Verse. That's right.
We're like all over the
Everybody
tube.
tube.
That's what
That's
we're
right.
so
Everybody
excited. We're going all over the tube.
But we'd love for you to share this. Don't just keep it to yourself.
It's a great time. Share
Absolutely.
this music.
Share it as much as you can.
And I think that it will make your red, white, and blue blood boil over the top with patriotism.
Amen.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we're just so thankful for David St. Romain for doing such a great job with this song and just everything that y'all poured into it.
He nailed it.
I think this is really going to last for a long time.
I think so,
we
too.
recorded it out in Hilltop Studio in Nashville. Some of the best session musicians. George Strait's drummer. We had Alabama's guitarist. We had so many talented people on there. And with David sitting in, it was a natural.
It shows. And we're going to have David back later on in the show, so make sure that you stick with us. And we're going to show you some healthy food fare for your holiday weekend up next.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For Total Pest Control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
I was diagnosed October 19th. I immediately started with a multitude of scans, and then I was having an 8-hour surgery. My biggest concern was my family and being able to see me come home every day and know everything is going to be okay. I felt comfortable that I was being treated by some of the best. There were some scary points along the way, but it's just kind of like been a little blip in the road.
Money, wellness, fun. Rocket Right Radio takes you all across Louisiana and the nation with guests who live life to the fullest.
I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
I'm Dr. Kay Solar.
You're gonna love it.
Join us every week when we cover
Everything under the sun.
Live and learn with the Wright sisters.
Politics.
health,
Music and entertainment.
local agnet.
Rocket Right Radio. You're gonna love it.
Hi gang, Clarence Bugs here. Cox Cable is upgrading the signal from the Pelican, but to catch us, you're going to have to tune in now to a new number. Acadiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Gramercy, Lutcher. Check your guide for details.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
With the Rocket Right Show. And we are so excited that our medical segment each week is brought to you by Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, from right here in Baton Rouge, but treating so many patients from all over the state and beyond.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we also are very grateful for another sponsor, Advantage Health Solutions of Baton Rouge. You know, 1 in 12 people has an addiction to pain pills, opioids, or heroin. It is a major problem in the United States. Dr. Boyd Michael Helm and his staff at Advantage Health Solutions here in Baton Rouge are here to help. And so we want to make sure that if you or someone you love is struggling with pain pill dependency or addiction, or perhaps has had an accident and didn't realize that they would be actually kind of hooked and having trouble getting off of pain pills, we want to make sure that you know there is help that is confidential, that is completely doctor supervised, and that is through Dr. Boyd Michael Helm with Advantage Health Solutions. You can call them at 225-769-6995 or go to their Facebook page at Advantage Health Solutions, LLC. So we're so grateful to have the great medical care that we have here, but it's really important that food is medicine. And
Food
you know,
is medicine,
we're in
just like
Louisiana.
music. Yes, and we
love you, we feed you. It's just the way it is.
So I'm going to talk about some red, white, and blue healthy holiday eating
got all the
tips.
food down
And so
there.
the first one I do have, I'm going to share with you, Betsy. Look, I've already poured your wine. So we're going to start with the red first.
A
And that would
toast to
be
the 4th of July.
red wine. Okay, don't get me as a singer. Let's bring David back up here for that. But red wine, you know, instead of beer, as far as health things, and that's not what people reach for necessarily on the 4th of July, but it is much healthier and less bloaty than beer. And why is red wine touted as being healthful? It's because it has a powerful antioxidant, in fact several of them. One is a big tongue tire, and don't try to say it after you drink a couple of glasses, resveratrol. So, and it really protects against cell damage, and it prevents age-related mental decline. How about that one?
Wonderful.
Yes, also
We need
another
that. You know,
powerful
all of us need it.
antioxidant called quercetin. It has been shown to work against cancer cells. And then we've all heard that red wine can lower your risk for heart disease. Now, everything, of course, is in moderation, you know, so you know, 1 to 2 glasses a day should be your max, not an entire bottle. So
it's more fun to share with a friend anyway.
That's right. That's why I only gave you a itty bitty taste. All right. So, and then now I'm going to my white because I'm moving into white, and this is a favorite of mine, deviled eggs, Betsy. You can actually turn this into a fabulous red, white, and blue dish. So, deviled eggs, you know, for many decades, folks said eggs are bad for you. You don't need it. You can eat too much. It's going to make your cholesterol go up. But, you know, not really. Eggs are very, very healthy, and most people can have up to 3 whole eggs per day. So that means if you dip in here, you can have 6 of those deviled eggs halves, Betsy.
What do you have on these deviled eggs? It looks like a little
okay, so I'm
like
making
candied bacon or something on top.
No, it's not. I know that if I was serving, you know, a bunch of men up here, I should have candied bacon on it. But this is your healthy egg version that has, for red, white, and blue, it would be dried blueberries to make it a little sweet with some hot sauce. And specifically, we've got so many hot sauces around, but my fave is Dat sauce out of Morgan City, Louisiana, because it has a little sweetness to it. So it's a fabulous thing to put out for your own private little picnic for the 4th of July and get all your red, white, and blue colors in it.
So let me give a little plug to Scott Green, who owns Dat sauce.
Okay.
This guy is phenomenal at what he does in his community. He does things for veterans, he does things for children, he does things for the elderly. Dat sauce is my son's favorite sauce in an omelet. So you can put it in an omelet when you're cooking. It adds just that little dat you need. It's so good. It's a Louisiana product. We want people to buy Louisiana products. You can get it online. It's been in restaurants across the U.S.
And you can get it at a lot of your grocery stores, but it is awesome. So just splashes it up there a little bit.
And it's easy to remember, like, who dat sauce. It's easy to remember.
Sauce? That'd be some Dat sauce right there. That'd be some Dat sauce on them deviled eggs. So that, as Tina would say from Thibodeau. I'm just sorry, breaking that out here. So 77 calories for a whole egg, 6 grams of protein, 5 grams of healthy fats. So it also has something, when we talk about cholesterol, they may be high in cholesterol, but they don't really adversely affect your blood cholesterol. And that's where it gets kind of confusing with folks. So they actually raise your HDL, your good cholesterol. Please do. I see you're getting one with less sauce on it because you could drip on my tablecloth here. But there's not a whole lot of things that raise your good cholesterol, and they do. They also turn your bad cholesterol, your LDL, from small, dense particles that don't work very good. They don't carry the garbage out like large, fluffy particles. And so that's a good thing with there. And they also have a lot of omega-3s. They also have something in there called choline that none of us get enough of.
None of us have heard of it, so how would we know if we were getting it at all?
Well, it helps with brain function, so, you know,
well,
we need that.
I'll have another egg in just a moment.
And then there's lutein and zeaxanthin, which are also antioxidants. They help with eye health so that you're less likely to get cataracts and macular degeneration as you get older. And, you know, not a lot of people think about their eye health.
If we ate more eggs, we wouldn't need these magnifying reading glasses?
I might be able to take these off. I'm not having enough yet. But they're also really filling, so they're a great thing to add in a diet when you're trying to lose weight. Now, blueberries. I can't say enough good. We're moving on to the blue as far as blueberries. I mean, they are your highest ranked antioxidant, which helps reduce inflammation in your body. It's great. And again, a whole cup of blueberries, only 80 calories. So
I can eat them by the handful. I love them so much. I don't even
have to see how many handfuls makes a cup for you, and then you'll know. And then you can put it into your MyFitnessPal,
the big fat ones
on your diet.
And right now, this time of year is when blueberries are actually ripe. So if you know anybody with blueberry bushes before the birds get them, you need to say, hey, do you have any extra blueberries? But blueberry crunch, there's so many good recipes with blueberries, but I just love them, you know, by the handful.
Well, there's great things. You can throw them on a salad with a little goat cheese. You can just cocoa whip. If it's frozen, you just put little blueberries on there.
I want to hear more about the cocoa whip.
It's good.
Kay
well,
is
I'm
a
going to
very
break
healthy
out some
eater.
cocoa.
I just want
I'm
you
going
to
to break
know.
out some cocoa whip on you right now. We're going to talk about my dessert. Now, this is my dessert, and this is...
It's kind of small for a crowd.
I know. Hey, I've got a big one over there for the crowd that's watching this. This is just for visual, and this for you and me.
That is about a you and me size.
This is, and you know, we can't necessarily see the, but it is red, white, and blue. I found this recipe, and it was called red, white, and blue lasagna, but it's not really lasagna. It is a dessert, so it's got a golden Oreo cookie crust on the bottom. Now that's the only thing that's kind of calorie
good every time.
Because then the next I put some red food coloring in it, but it's got your cream cheese, and you can always reduce the number of calories when you're making dessert. By going with a low-fat cream cheese and cut your calories down. And then the next layer is a white chocolate pudding. And if you pick the sugar-free, I mean, you're very minimal calories on that. And then I love cocoa whip as my whip of choice.
Okay, tell us about the cocoa whip.
Calories. It's just made with coconut milk instead of dairy. So
you whipped it yourself, or you can buy cocoa whip?
I did not whip it up. You buy it in the frozen section in a big tub, just like you do Cool Whip.
I have never seen that.
And then I put the blue food coloring in it. Also, I'm going to show you. You can go from your regular confectioner sugar because, sugar is highly inflammatory, but oh my gosh, there is a substitute. It is sugar-free powdered monk fruit sweetener. It is actually 2 times sweeter than sugar, and it has, don't you like this part, Betsy? 0 calories.
And it's called monk fruit sweetener. And the name of that company is Lancoto?
Yes, but they have other companies that make it. But, 0 net carbs, 0 glycemic index, 0 calories, keto approved.
So is it safe for somebody that is a diabetic?
Well,
is it safe for somebody that has... because if it's...
I'm not going to go that far.
Okay.
I'm just saying if you want to watch your calories, you can make a very heavy caloric dessert and carve some of the calories off for yourself as well as your friends.
Sure.
And they're going to appreciate that.
They are going to appreciate it, and after they're 3 bites in, they're going to be hooked on it and ask you for the recipe.
Yes, and I am going to share that recipe on our Facebook page, which is
Rock It Right.
Rock It Right. And we're gonna.
I think we should put it on the blog of our website as well.
Our new website, which is rockitright.com. Because we're just rocking it right all over the place.
That's right.
And in case anyone thinks that red wine might be a little too heavy with the heat for their holiday 4th of July festivities, you can always make a red wine sangria and ice it up, and we'll also have a recipe on our Facebook page for that.
Yum.
And speaking of activities, you can be doing your own at home. Right here in Baton Rouge, there's going to be a virtual July 4th celebration that the Arts Council of Greater Baton Rouge is putting on in conjunction with WBRZ. And of course, we will share several celebrations around the country. New Iberia, Shreveport, some of them are virtual, some of them are actually you can attend while you social distance.
So New Orleans has Go Forth on the River, and you can stand at a social distance and look at that. We're going to post several of these from around the state. We want to make sure that everybody's, of course, safe, but you need to go out and celebrate our country and just celebrate the opportunity to be together, not too close, and just absolutely salute those who've been with us, taking care of us. We appreciate that so much. And we're going to be right back with Rock It Right in just a moment. Hang tight.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Clarence Bugg Show. Yeah, I'm back on the air. That's right, 10 a.m. until 12 noon, Monday and Wednesday, and we replay it Monday and Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. to midnight. Check us out online. You can watch it live at PelicanSportsTV.com, or better yet, why don't you just download the Pelican Broadcasting app? That way you can take it with you anywhere you go. That's right, the Clarence Bugg Show. Tell you what, oh, wait, gotta run, gotta go, bye.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
I had a meeting with Dr. Barfield, and it kind of just hit me. It probably is cancer. After the surgery, I wasn't scared anymore. I was looking forward to getting started with chemo. Not one time did I get a nurse in a bad mood. I was here for 5 hours at a time, and I did not dread coming. To get people from around the country to come to Baton Rouge, that says a lot right there. That this place is cutting edge.
And welcome back to Rock It Right Radio. We're so glad that you could join us.
Rock It Right Show.
Right.
We are moving.
I was just going to say.
Yes, we're on radio, but man, now we've got TV.
That's right. And
so
we really want to thank everybody who's watching. We want to make sure that everybody knows we are going to be replaying the show. We've had some great music in the show, and we're looking forward to sharing that. And look, if you're watching the replay or you're telling your family and friends about it, grab someone you love, dance around your house, dance around your backyard, your outdoor kitchen, get your neighbors together from a distance, and just enjoy this time together. It's so important that we really just spend time appreciating the great nation that we live in.
Yeah. And we are so glad, David, that you could hang with us.
That's right. Well,
and
thank you.
Finish out with us our pilot episode of the Rocket Right Show, moving into TV from radio and
I'm very excited for y'all
throughout the state.
This is wonderful. I've been listening to y'all for now, a couple of years, I think.
5 years, can you believe? Yeah.
Time flies, but now I get to see you. Now I get to get to tell everyone, hey, go watch y'all in Shreveport and in Alexandria.
And you know what's even better is we get to share the people, the small business owners, the big ideas that people have, a lot of the different ways that people are innovating and connecting, but we have got to take care of our local businesses, our local community, because right now we're not going too far from home. So we need to make sure that we're promoting those main streets. And we had Ray Scriber here last week talking about main streets, but we wanted to also bring up some of the things that you've been involved in directly and some of the things that we've been involved in. And that you and Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser have been involved in for quite some time now. And one of those things is Songs of Survivors, to bring together veterans of different branches of the military to share their experiences, to come together in a way that's a little bit different than their talents may have yielded them to. And that's songwriting.
Right.
And that's your gift.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, Songs of Survivors was an idea. It just started as a moment in my life where I realized I wanted to do more than just perform for people, but also serve people in a way that with my talents. And over a short period of time, I was I was revealed to me just in prayer and just really thinking about how I was supposed to deliver this service to people. And I was approached by some folks with the Lieutenant Governor's office, and also some partners in that with the Baton Rouge Music Studios,
That's
Doug
right,
Gay
we love
and
them.
those guys.
Yeah.
And they approached me about partnering with them to bring Songs of Survivors to our veterans across the state. And what an incredible experience it was. We had 4 workshops, one in Baton Rouge, one in Lake Charles, Alexandria, and Shreveport. And in all 4 workshops, there was a clear message that healing was happening in those people, not to mention those people, but also in me. And because even I realized that my walk in this journey is also about my own healing and my own struggles. And so we're all human, we all make mistakes, but sometimes we don't realize that who we are is made up of how we were raised, or experiences that happened to us as children. And I had an experience as a child that really shaped me in a negative way. And so this organization that I've now started as a full nonprofit, Songs of Survivors, is an organization that is not just to heal others, but is also to heal me. So I'm really honored that Lieutenant Governor's office and and our partners at Baton Rouge Music Studios were able to allow us to bring this Songs of Survivors to these veterans.
So tell us who at Baton Rouge Music Studios was working with you, because they do deserve that recognition, and we love to lift people up that have done some wonderful things.
So Doug Gay and Sarah Burke. Doug Gay is the owner of Baton Rouge Music Studios, and Sarah helps to run the ship there for sure. I don't think Doug could do it without Sarah, no doubt. And those two are just wonderful, wonderful people with hearts like yours to love people and to give back to the community. And I would encourage you, if you do have kids that want to learn how to play an instrument, Baton Rouge, and you're in the Baton Rouge area, please go check them out at Baton Rouge Music Studios.
Absolutely. I can't say enough.
Your kids took from Baton Rouge Music Studios.
Well, my kids lived at Ziegler's Music forever. And they didn't have a kids program like Doug has at the time, which is an amazing thing. And I can definitely speak of how it gives you self-esteem.
Absolutely.
It really does so much. It improves their math. I'm just saying.
Well, most musicians are pretty good in math, actually.
There's actually some literature that talks about how it does improve their math skills. But what Doug does for kids is to put them in bands. So it's not like take your lesson, go to your room, but they
collaborate.
They collaborate.
Absolutely.
They learn about the whole business, about the songwriting, about working with other band members.
And I'll say one more thing about it.
That's fabulous.
He brings those kids to the public too. Before COVID-19,
Yes.
they were at our church fair here in Baton Rouge. They perform for every year at St. George
And they're good.
Fair. They're really
They're
great.
good.
We were blown away. We were like,
played
whoa!
Jazz Fest. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
their
played Jazz
band
Fest, exactly.
played
So,
Jazz Fest
so
for
we're
them
just,
this year.
I'm really honored that Doug asked me, because really, if it wasn't for Doug, I wouldn't have been able to be a part of the Lieutenant Governor's project and the folks at the Department of the Division of the Arts here, Miss Cheryl Castile and Danny
Yes.
Bellinger. I want to give them some
Yes.
love because they are just wonderful people and
They have
but
a
they
true
helped
servant's
me.
heart to
They really do.
serve
You know,
the arts
Cheryl
community
is a
and
lot.
connect.
She was an LCSW, so she has she's a social worker by trade, so or by training. So her heart to serve people and help people heal is definitely there. And really, it was the goal. I think the mission was to just put a platform. We just want to
right.
give people a platform to speak their whatever they're feeling. And
Well,
so
whatever their truth is, that maybe they weren't invited with other people that understood.
Right.
Like we've had Colonel Joey Strickland with the Louisiana Department of Veterans Affairs on our show several times. We've had Alex Wan,
Oh,
who
I love
previously,
Alex. She was in
the
our first
communication
workshop.
directors. Absolutely. And just the programs and things that they have are so important and wonderful. But there wasn't a program like this where veterans who've suffered from PTSD have come together and just shared in a very open way what their collective feelings are. And we, pain and trauma, as you said, until it comes out and people are heard and understood, they cannot heal and go forward.
That's right.
And a lot of times we bury it because we're so busy taking care of everybody else.
Well, we see so much. There's so much going on around us that we forget that we're all made up of the same color blood inside.
That's
and
right.
that I think one of the things I realized, and you just mentioned, it made me think about Alex and the folks from that were a part of that first workshop. There were 12 people there at that first workshop, and all 12 of us. I mean, we're talking generations of Vietnam, all the way till a gentleman who had just come back the month prior, and from the Middle East. There were generations of unified feelings. No one was judging anyone. No one was thinking anything negative because no one could, because we all had the same message of just wanting to help each other.
Right.
I mean, we walked in that room, total strangers. We left there, total brothers and sisters.
That's right. And when you think about the sacrifices that people make for our country and the sacrifices that people
Absolutely.
make for their family, you cannot help but say thank you. Thank you for your service and for what you've done. So thank you, David, for just being so open to that whole experience and what you brought in. I'm hoping there's going to be more workshops ahead.
Absolutely.
I think that would be very important.
We've obviously paused with the current circumstance.
Sure.
I have plans to meet with a homeless transition home next week. But I'm not sure. We may pause that just to be safe for those guys. I want to make sure everyone's safe. But I'll be looking to continue that work with the veterans and others in the but mainly right now I'm really focused on the veterans. I mean, I personally served myself in the Louisiana Army National Guard, and I come from a family lineage of soldiers.
Yeah. So say a little something about your older brother.
Well, I would say
it's phenomenal what he's done. It's really phenomenal.
Yeah, so my oldest but wisest, he likes to say.
Of course
brother,
he does. He's the oldest. I'm the oldest. I'm the wisest.
He likes my brother Greg. I'm very, very proud of him, and I want to say thank you, Greg, right now on live television. Just thank you so much for your service. Thank you for all your commitment to all of your soldiers and your family. You are a model for so many, and we're honored to have you as the 225 Engineer Brigade Commander who in the state of Louisiana, who is now a full bird colonel. So it's just, I'm just really honored for you to be my brother and be able to say that. So I love you, brother. Just want to say that.
Well, you raised him right.
Hey, I didn't raise him. Talk to mom and daddy.
So, David, could
they spent a lot of time in confession.
So, without your guitar, could you belt us out a little bit of the Star Spangled Banner?
I'd love to. If I can do the whole, I just would like to. I'm going to take off my hat and let's do it for real.
Let's do it for real. We'll stand up, hand on the heart.
Yeah, there's nothing better than an a cappella version.
Hope my hair looks okay.
Do that.
I guess I don't touch the mic. That's what I want to do. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow. Oh my God.
God bless you for that.
That just made my spine tingle. I'm going to tell you, there is nothing more powerful than an a cappella performance of that, and you just nailed it. I didn't know till I was reading about the Star Spangled Banner today that you hit that. The reason that musicians frequently are kind of nervous about singing it, not just that because they might hit a wrong note, because there's 19 different note tunes or something in there.
I didn't know that, so that's news to me.
I didn't know that either.
I know that if you start on the wrong key, you can end up in a really bad spot.
You can be way up here.
So I always try to start real low.
Well, you got the real low going on anyway, but you know, I think that's why, you know, artists, they love and are honored to sing it, but they're kind of nervous because they're afraid they're going to hit that wrong note, and then everybody's going to dog them online. But nobody's going to dog that because you nailed it.
Well, we just really look forward to you sharing this show with others so you can bless them the way we've been blessed here. And we're just so thankful for each and every person who's continued to watch us, continue to listen to us, and just go to rocketright.com, Pelican Broadcasting, and we just look forward to seeing you on YouTube and a few other places. But just remember, if you're going to rock it, make sure you rock it right. Happy 4th of July.